I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere, see new worlds, look up at a sky no one's ever seen before.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday. We need to learn everything we can.
You're not gonna die. Not if I have anything to say about it.
This can't be right.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Jara, I need you to do the right thing.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Well, this certainly looks interesting. I'm intrigued. I just stumbled across this morning over at IGN's website, or more on the social media. Apparently, they're covering this game throughout the month of March. It's called Star Trek Resurgence. I'm just now finding out about it for the first time. I'm going to be talking about it today in this video. If this is your first time here, I'm Tim Anderson, aka Renfell. Welcome aboard. Don't forget to like this video as you go through it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon if you want to get more stuff like this delivered to you. I cover video games, movies, books, shows. We do gaming community, Discord's down below. I'm also a game dev working on the world of the Weave and the Void. You can find all that stuff down there underneath here in the description text. So let's just kind of dive into this, everybody. So I actually stumbled across this video on IGN social media this morning called, it says Star Trek Resurgence devs on breaking the Star Trek game curse and bringing back Spock. There's a lot of interesting stuff in this video, and it is a somewhat longer video if you've got 20 plus minutes to sit down and go through. I would highly recommend you do so because it does talk about the fact that these developers spun up out of the remnants of Telltale Games, which unfortunately suffered some mismanagement and the studio shut down. I want to say a few years ago now. And this is sort of the remnants of a lot of those passionate developers who went on to work on other things, this being one of those. They do talk about that a little bit in this video. They also talk about the processes of what they've done building up to this point. It's a very good interview for those of you who want to know more about the people behind the game. I'm going to link that down below, so don't forget to check that out if you want to watch it in its complete length. But otherwise, let's just dive into the website. As much as I'm a fan of Star Trek, I wasn't actually aware of this game being in development, and I'm kind of sitting here going, how did I miss this? So we're just gonna dive through here. It says it's coming in 2022. The fact that they're doing all the publicity with IGN is because of the launch coming later this year. So it says that Star Trek Resurgence is a narrative adventure game featuring dialogue choices, relationship building, and exploration. Alongside dialogue-driven role-playing and rich branching storylines, you will also engage with the Star Trek universe in a variety of other gameplay styles, including shuttle piloting, phaser fights, tricorder scanning, stealth, and micro gameplay mechanics. Now, I think it's important to go down all the way down here to the bottom. It says Star Trek Resurgence is a single-player experience with zero microtransactions, no DLCs, no NFTs, or other additional monetization models. It's being developed and published independently by, what is the name of the studio again here? Gotta find it here real quick. Dramatic Labs. But it's being developed by them, and they've got support from Epic Games, and they've got a license from Viacom. CBS. It's being built in Unreal Engine and uses Beanie, which is their interactive screenwriting system and narrative engine. And it's a single large story that will be available entirely upon release. So no chapters, which, if I'm not mistaken, some of the previous Telltale adventures came out in chapters, but they're doing this in one fell swoop and in one big get-go. It says that it is third-person over-the-shoulder camera with dialogue-driven role-playing presented in playable cinematic format. And it follows two principal characters through a single epic story, with gameplay switching between the characters similar to Telltale's Game of Thrones or Tales from the Borderlands. Now, as far as the timeline, if you watch the dev video that I'm linking to in the description text below, they talk about this a little bit more, but it's set in the year 2380 in the area immediately following the Star Trek The Next Generation feature films. And I believe they specifically mentioned Nemesis, which is the last feature film. So it takes place right after that. I think they say it's like the year after, but before the events of the Kelvin timeline films that we saw come out over the last 10 so years with J.J. Abrams. So this is, if for those of you who want to know that, it's in that time period. Features an all-new crew on an all-new starship, but also includes characters that are fan favorites, such as Spock. They do say in the dev video interview with IGN, this is something I was curious about because that voice actor, or at least the character Spock in the trailer, sounded incredibly like Leonard Nimoy, and I was wondering if maybe they employed some of the technology that Disney has used to bring Luke Skywalker's voice to life without the character or without the actor Mark Hamill actually doing the voiceovers like they did with the Book of Boba Fett. It wasn't perfect, but it did sound similar to, Mark Hamill when he was younger doing Luke Skywalker, but they had used technology. Apparently, they've gone the actual traditional voice acting route for this game, and so that's actually a voice actor who just has done an incredibly good job um, recreating the iconic voice and performance of Leonard Nimoy. So I'm assuming that's when they say characters that are fan favorites, such as Spock. I'm not sure who else is we're going to see from there. Let's open a link to Dramatic Lab's website. It says it's an independent collaboration of 20 plus former Telltale writers, developers, designers, artists, and producers, and it's going to be familiar to fans of Telltale's unique style of gameplay, but also brings some additional refinements and new things from Dramatic Labs. And if we go over to Dramatic Labs' website, it's taking a little bit to load. Right now, we're busy working on Star Trek Resurgence, and they've got some job offerings as well. It looks like very simple website. What are they hiring for a gameplay programmer, contractor. They are a remote team, which is cool, very modern of them. Also hiring an Unreal VFX artist, all contract positions, a lighting artist. These are all very cool things. One of the things I noticed from the trailer, if you go through it and look at it, is let me turn the volume down on that. The graphics definitely look independent. So we're not seeing triple A level graphics, but I will say that they don't look bad, and I'm wondering if we're going to see better looking graphics as they get closer to launch, because let me go back here. Has there been any newer videos from them in a while? Because this reveal video, that's the only one they've got up. So this was from December of 2021. So it's been a hot minute since we've seen um, any sort of video footage from them. So it could very well be that we're just going to be seeing something more up to date with new hires as we get deeper into the future. Anyway, this game sounds really interesting to me. I like Star Trek. I like narrative games. I love storyline. I love good RPGs. So this is definitely something I'm looking forward to. I really am, again, wondering how I missed this. If might have been where were we in December 2021? I really don't remember. Oh, no, we weren't traveling. Um, it wasn't that long ago. So, any case, this looks cool. I'm interested. I'm going to be following this one, and you can expect to see me playing this when it comes out. I'll be streaming it, probably giving a review of it for sure. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. If you've seen this before, if you know more about it than I do, feel free to drop those comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, all those good things. Don't forget, join our Discord with the gaming community. And if you want to support the channel, you can join as a member, or you can head over to the Patreon page for the World of the Weave and the Void, where my brother, my wife, and I have created the company Wandering Hermits LLC. It's a 5th edition tabletop game with a point-and-click adventure game attached to it, and a book series like Dragonlance, all of which can be found over at patreon.com/Wandering Hermits. If you want to pre-order, or if you just want to do general support, you get access to the book chapters as they're published twice a month and more. So hopefully we'll see you in Discord, over on the Patreon page, and here on YouTube for the next video. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.